Why, oh why am I gussied up with all this lovely fitness equipment? And guys, strap in. Today we're going to be talking about some fundamentals. Hello guys, welcome back to another video with Frontline Fitness. Hope you're staying well, hope you're looking after each other, and hope you are staying ready. What am I doing with all this gear here? Right, if you've got a reasonably base level of fitness and you want to get some next goals, you want to up it, you want to know what to do next, you can never beat building on your foundations and your fundamentals. Some of the fundamentals, the stuff we use in policing, would be the pull, the push, the squat, and the hip hinge. We're just going to very briefly go over an example and why it's important. So the push, the most obvious one is going to be a push-up, isn't it? All right, you can mix up about 1 million different push-ups. That might be a slight exaggeration. There are a lot of different variations of pull-ups you can get according to your needs, whether it's going to be low rep range for strength, high rep for a bit of endurance, or somewhere in between for sport-specific performance. But push-ups, pushing people away from you, being able to push cars out the middle of the road, being able to do anything like that which requires a pressing type movement. There's a reason we drill it. If you want to create some explosive strength to be able to deal with violent situations, anything like that, it's absolutely vital to be able to do that, okay? Pushing, really obvious. There's so many different variations. Check out some of our previous videos. That's why you need to do that. Pulling movements. Now, you see I've got a pull-up bar here. If you can't do pull-ups yet, it's brilliant because we've got pull-up videos over at Frontline Fitness already. Go check out some of the previous videos, see how you can scale them back. But if you've got a pull-up bar and you can just about do a pull-up, or you can do plenty, this is absolutely vital for being able to develop your pulling strength. You might need to pull someone towards you, pull someone away from something. You might need to drag something out of the way of danger. You might need to pick heavy things up and be able to walk with them, which is what we're going to come on to with the hip hinge as well in a minute. If you can't do full-on pull-ups, loads of ways to scale them. You can regress them right back to rows. You could even regress them right back to getting a weight, such as a kettlebell or a dumbbell, and just rowing it like that. If you can do bodyweight rows, brilliant. If you've got a power rack, cage, anything like that, you can strap a resistance band across some of the hooks there and use that to help reduce the effect of gravity on you. What I like to do personally, a bit more secure, provides a little bit more resistance, get your resistance band, chuck over the top, loop it through itself. I know what you're thinking, good grief, this chap's a Boy Scout or something like that. Get your foot inside that bad boy there. Don't get both your feet inside, because if you need to ditch out this band suddenly and your feet are stuck in here, you're going to look like a right plum with your head put through the carpet of the gym floor. Put one foot in there, same again, reduces the effect of gravity on you. It's good that, isn't it? That. Anyway, moving swiftly on, get that out of the way. Try not to fling myself in the face of it, otherwise I will look even worse off your pop. Next one, hip hinge movement, okay? So deadlift is a really common example, what we do for that. So hinging at the hips, it's hinging at the hips. It's not the squat movement, of which we will come on to, but being able to pick up heavy stuff. So you might be picking up your mate's kit bag, you're going to be hinging at the hips, and you might need to bring your knees down a bit in order to be able to pick it up. You might be picking something heavy up from the ground in order to be able to move it away from someone. You might be picking up an enforcer if you're MOE trained, or if you need to move someone out of the way, you need to move things out of the way in a hurry. It could be that you hinge at the hips, you bend your knees, keep your shoulders plugged in, and you lift it up. Nice and simple, 12 kilos, just about managed it. Been working out, I know. Very last one is going to be the squat. Squat movement, we need to be able to do that. We've been squatting forever. In some other countries, there are no luxury toilets and people squat to do what people do when they need to go to the toilet. If you can squat, I know it's gross, isn't it? The things I've come out with. Anyway, if you can squat with your feet pointing forwards, great. You can create external rotation in your hips. And what I mean by that is trying to imagine, I don't know if you can see this on the video, externally rotating your hips and creating a bit of an arch in your foot, so there are 3 points of contact with your feet, your heels and the 2 points of your midfoot, like a little triangle. And it's going to be pushing your hips back slightly and then squatting down, making sure the knees don't do what's called a Vegas fault, but keeping the knees over your toes, squatting down to the lowest point you can. I've said it before, you can put your heels on something, whether you take your shoes off and you put your heels on the backs of your shoes, whether you get a little tiny little weight plate and raise your heels on that, that'll help you get the depth. If you want to create a bit more weight in the movement, you can either get a barbell or something like that, or you can create a dumbbell, kettlebell, anything with a bit of weight, to be honest with you, and squat down like a goblet squat. If you've got a barbell, anything like that, or you can even do with a kettlebell, you can do a front rack squat, something like that, okay? Push movement, push-ups, pull movement, hip hinge, and squat movement. Those are 4 really good fundamental movements to get good in. You can mix them up with rotational elements as well. You can mix them up with asymmetrical elements, anything like that. If you're not sure how, give us a shout over at Frontline Fitness. That is what we do here. Comment below about what you'd like to see next. If you want to see us do something with the pull-ups, some of the push-ups, the hip hinge, the squats, anything like that, give us a shout, comment below, share it with your colleagues, share some love, help the page grow, help us reach more people so that we can create a better culture of encouraging each other to live well and ultimately stay ready. Have a brilliant day and look after each other.